Well, hello my friends, and happy Sunday to you. What a fun project. Beautiful and yet easy, really. Super easy. Not a ton of things that I did. Just painted my heart out. So let's take a look at the project and go over the supplies. So here is our cutie patootie. Love, love, love her. This is an 11 by 14 gallery depth birchwood panel, and I put down my papers in the background, and those, I think I used 2 collage packs for that, and those will be on sale. They'll be listed in the supplies. And then the butterfly that I used, the butterfly page that I used to trace my butterflies, that will be free in the resource library, or if you're a member, it will be down below in the Sunday Inspiration Breakdown. So papers in the background, I put those down with fluid matte medium or matte gel. I don't remember which, but either one works. Fluid matte medium definitely for the tissue paper. Papers down. And then I stenciled out my, and this really was an experiment, and I love when it turns out the way that you planned, because that doesn't happen very often. But the eucalyptus and then the daisy 1 and the daisy 2, I used all 3 of those, and those will be on sale this week. And I stenciled out all of my things in black first. I wanted to try that to see if it made a difference in the the grounding and the depth of everything, and it did. Oh man, it was so good. So I used black gesso for my black, and white gesso for my white. And then a lot of different colors of paints. These are Soho, but of course anything will do. I used turquoise, olive green, green gold, yellow ochre, light portrait pink, rose madder, which is like a quinacridone magenta, primary yellow, and burnt sienna. And I don't think I used that one. I did get this one out and was good, and put it. I think I put it out on my palette, but I ended up just kind of mixing my own really super light green. And then I also put out a couple other colors of this teal, and I kind of ended up mixing my own as well. So those are the colors I used. I used a variety of filbert size brushes because of what I was, some areas were small and it needed a little bit more detail. Some areas were big, like for the background, this fun kind of playful background. And a filbert brush gives me a nice kind of rounded edge. I did use a couple of pointy brushes for the detail in my butterflies, and then highlights and that kind of thing. General's charcoal pencil, and a mechanical pencil to trace my butterflies. I did use my little scraper to kind of flatten out some of my papers. I also wanted to try these new soft pastel pencils. You know how I love my soft pastels. These are pencils, and I was able to get some really great detail in my butterflies with these. These were super cheap. I think they were like $12 or $15, and I really like them. I really like them. I wanted to try them, but I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money, so I got the cheapest one. So I don't know, I'm just kind of experimenting with them. I did use some green soft pastel stick, brown and black. I did start using a Sharpie for some of the dots, and I didn't like how it looked, so I used my white soft pastel pencil, and then just regular paint on my tiny little brush. I did use makeup sponges to stencil everything out with. And what else? I don't think that's it. I mean, I think that's all I used. Okay, so those are the supplies for the project. I hope you enjoyed. It was so fun. It was just a time to kind of experiment, try some new things, and play, and it actually turned out the way that it was supposed to. And I love it when that happens. So bonus time for creating. So, all right, my friends, let's get creating. All right, my loves, that was fun, wasn't it? It was like easy, super easy. Lots of brush strokes and mixing of paint, which to me is very therapeutic. But the base of it was just stenciled out. You know, I kind of sketched out kind of where I wanted it to go and laid it out in the, you know, kind of the area that I wanted it, and then just went to town and just had so much fun. Let's take a look. So down here it says season of growing, and that's what this represents. Everything about it is happy to me. This is a happy piece. And as I was doing my quiet time this week, I just started writing, and this is just part of what I was writing, but I wrote, me, a small seed pushing my way through the dark, cold, wet ground, searching for the light, finding my way and learning to live in the sunshine, enjoying every moment of warmth, of rain, of growth, feeling the breeze sway me but not break me, and watching the butterflies dance around me, cherishing this season of growing, being present and peaceful. And so you can see here, this is my season of growing. This is, you know, obviously the flowers represent that growth, and the butterflies starting to, everything's starting to come alive a little bit. And I love that. And I love this season of growing. And so, I don't know about you, but every time this year, I mean, I'm anxious for winter to be over. If you're in the U.S. and I mean, I know the Southwest doesn't really experience a whole lot of winter, but for us here in Ohio, it's, you know, it snowed yesterday. And I'm like, oh, and the day before that, it was sunshiny and 60 degrees. So Mother Nature's kind of having this tug of war of, you know, how to break free and move into spring. And sometimes I feel that tug of war within myself when I am trying to reach new things, try new things, grow my skills, grow myself, grow my emotional state. There's this tug of war, like, I don't want to because it's uncomfortable, or I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm fumbling around. And that's why I wrote this as if I were a seed, because I think about the flowers that are in my yard that continue to bloom even in the midst of all this craziness. Even with snow sitting on top of them, they continue to bloom every season. And some of them I've actually tried to pull out because there's just like one flower and it doesn't go with the rest of what's going on. And it comes back every year. It blooms. And I was thinking about that, and I thought the resilience and the you know, just like pushing its way through that cold. I mean, it's cold and snowy, and they're blooming. And so I am working my way through that cold, dark, wet ground. I'm searching for the light. I'm searching for new things in my life. And this kind of always happens at this time. It's kind of like that spring rebirth kind of thing. Finding my way and learning to live in the sunshine. So want some sunshine. Enjoying every moment of warmth, of rain, of growth. We can't have any growth without the rain. And so I'm learning to appreciate the things that maybe I don't necessarily want to deal with, because in order to grow, I have to go through that uncomfortable period. And growing can be so many things for so many people. I want to grow in my practice, my art practice, and my skill. I want to grow as a business owner. I want to grow as a boss. I want to grow as a spouse. There's just things that I want to work on. And it's always an uncomfortable time. But I love the fact that I recognize that this flower continues to come back and bloom and grow every single year. And so I will continue to do that. And I wrote, the breeze will sway me, but it will not break me. And that breeze is that learning curve. It's that thing that you're uncomfortable with. It will sway me. It may make me pause for a second, but it won't break me. And it will be uncomfortable, but I will continue on, and I will continue learning and growing in the uncomfortable. And I don't know where you are right now, but I do know that this is my journey right now. And I think with how the last couple of years have been, it feels like things have kind of been on pause. And I'm ready to kind of break out of that kind of pause place and move forward in so many areas, in my personal life, in my creative life, in my spiritual life, all of those things. And so I am in a season of growing, and I'm really excited about that and terrified all at the same time, because when you're growing, you're walking into unknown places in our hearts and our emotions, unknown places in just the physical world, unknown places in our painting, and and so you guys will see me over the next 6 months or so experimenting a lot with you, because I'm wanting to grow. I'm wanting to grow my skill, and not just creatively, but as a human being, and all of the things that go with that. So I am in a season of growing, and maybe you are too. Maybe you're challenging yourself to do some things differently, to change, to, all of those kinds of things that come with that season. I just want to encourage you to keep going, to keep growing, to keep working, even in the uncomfortable, and step out of the complacency and take a risk. And I am not a risk taker, but I will, in order to grow, in order to learn something new. And whatever that looks like for you, whether it's a job or a relationship or your creativity or your, I don't know, you put the words in there. Whatever it is that you might need to do or change or learn or grow in, keep going, my friend. It won't be easy. It'll be uncomfortable, and yet it'll be worth it in the end. And so that's what this whole piece was about, the season of growing. And it's all around us. As nature wakes up from winter, I too am waking up from my own winter, and excited and scared about the future. So I hope you enjoyed today's project, and I hope that you were encouraged and inspired for maybe your own season of growing. All right, my loves, have a wonderful Sunday. May it be restful and peaceful, and maybe you will find your own season of change and growth and all of those things, and relish in it. All right, my friends, have a wonderful Sunday, and always, always know that you are loved.